Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Titus, and in this video, I'm here to show you guys something really exciting for me. And it's showing you guys some unicorn plants that I cannot obtain during COVID because the prices were just super duper high. After COVID, I'm so pleasantly surprised that there had been some of these popping up in the market, private market and all, and they're less than $50. Okay, so I've just been very fortunate to find them. So let's get started. All right, so the first super rare plant, rare plant that I found, I can't remember if it's in my super rare plant wish list, is this philodendron ring of fire. Boom! Look how pretty that is. All right, I was so fortunate enough to actually find this in the Facebook market for just under $50. I can't remember the exact price, to be honest, but look how beautiful that is. Okay, so previously I had the non-variegated version of that, which has grown quite a lot actually, and it's right here. It's quite massive too. I think it's called philodendron tiger tooth. Ta-da! But this one, sorry, it's getting so long. But this one is the still baby version, so we still got a long way for this to grow, okay? But as you can see, it's got that variegation on it, and whenever there's a new leaf that usually comes out, they're a bit reddish. That's why it's called philodendron ring of fire, I think. And the variegations on this is quite good because as you can see, there's partial sectoral there, which you don't want too much of, and there's one that's a little bit half and half, so it's kind of like a tricolor kind of thing, and that's what you want to look for variegated plants. Now I'm really hoping that this plant will thrive and survive, but recently I did find multiple more of this plant down in our local Bunnings, which is like Walmart, I think, in some places in America. So super duper excited about this plant, and I'm so glad that I finally obtained it. So here it is in all its glory. All right, so the next plant that I want to show you guys is something that is really rare at that time, and I really couldn't afford a full plant. So I ended up gambling and actually thought, you know what? I just purchased a seed. Actually, I think I bought 2 seeds because it was so expensive back then that a tiny piece of seed was like around $20 from memory. Okay, and that plant is none other than the velvet Ethereum. Okay, so this particular velvet Ethereum that I have here is actually a crossbreed between a crystallinum and forgetii, from what I remember. Okay, so that's what the breeder told me. Now I just had to trust my gut and think, you know what, let's just go for it and see what comes out of it. I hadn't owned a Ethereum, velvet Ethereum before, prior to this, and I'm so glad of how it turned out. Okay, so I'm so proud of this because this actually grew up from a seed, like literal one piece of seed, and then I had to put it in a sphagnum moss, let it grow. I didn't even share it with you guys because I thought it might just die off. I'm so sorry, plant, saying that, but look at it, it's thriving so much, and it's just in this tiny pot. I don't know how many inches this is, to be honest, but it's not too big. But look at how big the leaves have turned out to be. This is the most recent leaf that actually popped out, and there's also this older leaf. Kind of looks a bit elongated compared to this one, which is a bit more oblong. So this is more like an Ethereum maracoyanum kind of shape, but still they're pretty big, they're pretty good. Okay, and as you can see, we've got a bunch more of those other really big plants, and this one's a little bit more mature. As you can see, it's a little bit more greenish, and then the ones that are quite old are sort of half dying-ish, not really, but you know, they're still really good overall. I just have never imagined that I would own one this big, because I think back in those days in COVID, something like this size would probably be like around $500 or so. But I managed to secure it for just 20 bucks, and look at it, I've got a whole plant. I've actually got another one growing downstairs, but I thought I'd just show you this one that I have and how beautiful and majestic this plant looks. Oh, look at it, and it's sliding. Okay. So I guess enough of talking about this one, Ethereum crystallinum. Actually, before I move on to the next one, I just want to show you guys this tiny bit of, what are they called? The flowers, inflow, something. So I've finally got a flower coming out, and to be honest, I don't know how to pollinate this flower, but obviously that seed that I grew it from came from one of these little thing that turned into a berry. We'll just have to do more research, I guess, and hope for the best. But this is one of them, okay? Ethereum, Velvet Ethereum crystallinum / forgetti. I don't know if I want the other one still, but I'm just surprised in Melbourne I grew one such as this big. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, and the final one that I want to share with you guys, this one was super duper expensive back in the COVID days. Okay, so this one, as you can see, is a variegated Monstera adansonii, and this particular one I think is the monkey mask variety. So as you can see there, even though half of its leaves are actually super green, the other half is actually variegated, which is half good, half not. I don't know really, to be honest. I'm really happy with it because it just means that this plant will actually thrive and survive. Now again, variegation can be rare, okay, and beautiful, but you don't want too much of it. Having some green on it is actually really good because it means that it's able to photosynthesize and actually still feed the plant. If not, that actual plant may die off, and those variegations that you want to keep may actually die off as well. So it's good to actually have a combined green and also that whitish variegation, and I am just so glad that I managed to secure this for, again, under $50. Okay, back in the COVID days, these plants were costing around $1,500 per leaf here in Australia. So that's a crazy amount of money, and I guess it might get mass produced eventually, but who knows. Still, I'm super glad that I finally own one of this. Okay, so I'm just so glad that finally I managed to actually own some of my super rare plant wish list, which my ultimate one was the elbow, and I'll give you guys just a quick update on it before I actually chop and prop that. And that elbow is just sitting right at the back there, so let's just go and get it. All right, so here it is, guys. I am super duper stoked and happy about how it turned out 1 year later. Look how strong these variegations are. Okay, there's a lot of sectoral variegation, a little bit combined. We do have a bit of drying of the leaves just right up here. If you guys can see it, it's kind of like the same color as my skin. Otherwise, the rest of them look really well. I think maybe I just did a little bit of overwatering with this, but otherwise this Monstera elbow has just grown so magnificently beautiful, and it's given me let's count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 leaves in total, and there's more growing. So I'm just super duper happy about that. All of them have aerial roots as well. So I'm eventually going to chop and prop this just so I can multiply it even more, because I know that this is a strong variety type that can actually be sold, you know, for a profit as well. So I hope I can get my money back out of that. Otherwise, that is pretty much it, guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this video of me sharing all my unicorn plants. If you guys have enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button or like. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next video, and until then, goodbye and God bless.